Well, we're continuing on. We're in section 3.5. Go down the list. So 5-number summary, box plot, and what wasn't on the list, modified box plot. We know the 5-number summary is minimum, Q1, Q3, median, and maximum. Lots of times it appears in a table like this. We have some data over here that's been cooked up for us, and I typed that in the calculator using stat edit, and then I did stat calc, and out came, among other things, the 5-number summary. So I'm going to put it here for that data. 0, 10, 12.5, 15, and 28, like that. And then we're going to verify those are the right numbers, just because. So to find the medians and the quartiles, I make a stem plot. I find n is 20. I do n plus 1 over 2, I get 10.5. That position falls between two values. It divides the data set into two halves, each of size 10. 10 above and 10 below that position. Okay. So for those sets that are in the two halves, the n plus 1 over 2 is 10 plus 1 over 2, which is 5.5. And so that means we want to count up 5.5. So we're not selecting the median. We're chopping it, and then we're going to go 5.5 steps up and down to find the quartile. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. So between 15 and 15 for the upper quartile. Check. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, up from the bottom, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down from the middle. Halfway between 10 and 10. That's the first quartile. Check that. And then the median is halfway between 12 and 13, which would be 12.5. Check that. So these numbers are all accurate. The max was 28, and the minimum was 0. So this is all good. So then we want to try to draw a box plot. So the box plot is just a graph. So with these quantities indicated on the number line. So you make a number line like this. And you have to be able to get from 0 to 28. So I'm going 0, 10, 20, 30. Somehow you have to make equally spaced units. So I make sure these 10 units are just about the same size, which they are. And then we go to the 5-number summary. We make a little slash 0, 10, 15. Oh, that's okay. And then 12.5. That, and then 28. And we go ahead and do that. So this is a box plot, like that. So you gotta be careful to use the same size units, otherwise every box plot looks identical. You're not gaining any information. So here we see there's a concentration of values in a sort of a narrow range. Here's half the data, well there's 1/4 of the data there, and that's 1/4 there, and there's 1/4 there, 1/4 there. So it's a lot more spread out away from the center. And that can be because of outliers, so we're going to try to find outliers. So we find the fences, 1.5 IQR was a 7 point, oh there they are, we did it already, okay, sorry. I got all excited. So we got the fences, they're at 22.5, and they're at 2.5. So we're going to modify the box plot. We'll just do the same thing. Here's modify. We use the same scale. Except now we're looking for 22.5. Anything above 22.5. So 23 and 28 are above 22.5. 23, 28. Put little stars like that. The next number below that is 19. So that's here. And then the upper quartile stays the same as 15. The median is 12.5. The lower quartile is 10. Okay, there we go. And then we look on the low side. Anything smaller than 2.5 is an outlier. We only have 0. The next number up is 5. Halfway between 0 and 10. And then we go like this. All right, so you see how this works. So in your calculator, you can pick, you see a little icon for a box plot. Little icon looks like this. And then for modified, let me see what it looks like. So you have a second point. So where you go is to second stat plot, and then hit enter, and you go over to type, and you get to choose. There's two different kinds of box plots. Modified looks like this on the calculator. And so if you needed to, you could put that data in. Just after you've entered all this stuff in there, you can either choose to draw the graph of a box plot. Where does that's located in stat plot. Box plots found in stat plot. And stat plot is second y equals. That. And then you get to choose your plot and choose your list you're using. Choose the frequency if you had a frequency. Choose the graph you want. You can make all kinds of things in there. But this is what we're looking at right now. So that should take care of that business, although we can talk a little bit more about the information conveyed by box plots and what their typical use is, and that's coming up next.